Here we are, guys. It's time for some talking back with you all. Today we have had some great discussions with Jay Scott, guest co-host, along with Don DeBar. We're talking about the failing stock market, the tariff situation, the fake protests going on against the billionaire class, mainstream media championing those protests, but not a peep about the Palestinian protests as Trump hosts Netanyahu once again in DC. Red carpet treatment for Netanyahu as we escalate more war in the Middle East, bombing the crap out of Yemen and celebrating that, starving people in Gaza, targeting and murdering children, setting journalists on fire. And the media doesn't seem like they care about that part. They just want to talk about Teslas and tariffs, which they don't even understand. So there's so much going on, but we appreciate the conversations today. Let's see what you guys had to say about some of our discussions. Oh, Leslie came through here. Here we go. Incredible use of real estate. What a slap in the face to millions of people. Disgusting. Exactly right. He's talking about this as real estate. Trump has the gall to talk about Gaza as real estate. And you guys saw the footage. You guys saw what we've done to it. We've decimated the place. And yet this is just business talk, guys. Hey, this is American capitalism. And let me be clear. Trump is not unique. He's just somebody who's a little louder than the others. That's all. He's just being loud. He's just using language that doesn't sit well. But the actions are exactly the same as Biden. Exactly the same as what Harris would have done. Same actions. He just is louder about it. I happen to think louder's better because it gets our attention. We can see what's going on. It's always out in the open. Trump hates closed door meetings. He loves to gloat. At least we got the gloating. We can go with him and take him for his word when he gloats. But yes, Leslie, for years they've been occupied. This is infuriating, as it should be. Thank you for chiming in, and we look forward to having you back on Thursday. Not with that face, hopefully. Hopefully not with that face. And yes, exactly. Anti-Trump, anti-Harris, it's all the same. What are they really protesting? Do they know? And this is in regards to the Trumps. Yes, the Trump protesters. I don't think they know. I don't think they know what they're protesting. Ed Rams chimes in. DJT is not the problem. They are all puppets of the deep state. If Kamala was in power, same shit would be happening or more. You hit it on the nose, Ed Rams. You've obviously been watching our show for a long time. Even if you haven't, we're all aligned because when we look closely, we can see it. It's not that hard to see this. It's kind of right in front of our faces. All we need is a little bit of historical context, pull up some stuff. It's easy to find. We don't have to go to the library and dig through a card catalog. We just have to type it in on Twitter or even on Google sometimes. It's hard. Sometimes Google doesn't have the stuff we need. We'll just do it on Twitter. But you guys know. We just need to type in some keywords. We can find the paper trail. And we have our memories. Let's not let them take our memories away. We remember. We lived through all this shit. The Bush and Cheney regime, the Obama regime. We've lived through this shit. Trump's first term. We lived through the Biden years, the forgotten years, as they might be called, since he was not present the entire way, has no memory of it. But let's not us lose our memory from it. Thank you, Ed Rams, for that. All set in it beings. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, the hands off flyer. Let's say hands off Yemen, hands off Palestine, hands off Congo. Good one. Thank you for pointing out Congo. We don't talk enough about Congo, but this cannot exist. And I want to be very clear. This cannot exist when you are saying hands off NATO. You can't be about peace in the Middle East or in Africa or in South America, for that matter. You can't be about peace anywhere if you are for NATO. And that's the problem. And you guys, do you guys know that the protest was about protecting NATO? Did you know that? If you guys didn't see it earlier, we covered this earlier, but I got to show you, if you're seeing this for the first time, this was the protest. Everything on that list. I mean, I can't tell you how ridiculous some of these things are on here. We talked about it earlier, but you guys see NATO on there. This is what they were in the streets for this last weekend, to protest getting rid of NATO. Hands off our military industrial complex. Hands off our ability to wreak havoc on the rest of the world, to fund genocides. Fund genocides, not just in Palestine, a genocide in Congo. And we're killing the people in Yemen, starving them to death, blowing them up. We're doing it in Lebanon. We're doing it in Syria. We're doing it, and that's just the Middle East. We're doing it all over the world. We've been doing this shit for years. And the fact that hands off puts NATO is disgusting. Putting NATO on this flyer, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. Oh, look at this. We got some Facebook engagement today from Sean Ironloo. Thanks for this, Sean. Deficit is 1.8 trillions, while the loss on the market has been 10 to 11 million so far. Ordinary people, too, have lost over 30% of that savings. IRA and or 401ks, but hopefully those with inside info who have shortened the market make enough and might start to recoup. Good take on that, Sean. And I know you've been in on the market discussions in the past, so I appreciate your feedback here. And we have to have, and we do appreciate Don and his discussion with us, and Jay Scott as well. We talked about it with them too. So and there's a little more here. Deficit is 1.8, but over 11 billions have been lost in the market. 11 billion. Okay, thank you for that, Sean. All set in the beans. I'm trying to remember what this is in reference to. Sounds kind of like tantrums. Where do we do? I'm blanking on when we did the tantrums. But I forgot to put this one up from earlier. This is the bomb chart, guys. We were talking about NATO not being on or being on the flyer for hands off NATO. Hands off NATO. How dare you, Trump? Little do they know he's not getting rid of NATO, so that's not happening. You guys have nothing to worry about. We still have our bombs. We still have our bombs. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. You still get your bombs. It doesn't matter if it's Kamala or Trump. You get your bomb. What is it? What is a bomb? Well, look at that. At the top, it's a bomb. This is good. I love every one of these. This is so good. This is so good. And look at the bottom, guys. For Israel, what bomb? What bomb? Ukraine is funny. Very good bomb. Very good bomb. We're good bomb. I love it. This is how we define and market, and the media plays along. They play the game along with us. Okay, let's see some more. Oh, Robin Hood Forest. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. That's a quote from George Carlin, and that's what it is. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. Thank you for that, Robin Hood Forest. And then we talked about RFK Jr. with Jay Scott. Thank you, non-tribal guy. RFK Jr. is captured by the Mossad. We didn't talk about that this week, but we did. We've had past segments about it. It's all connected. How we behave in our political arena based on the things that we are captured by, whether it's blackmail, whether it's bribes, whatever the thing is, we can tell. We can start to notice when language doesn't make any sense, like RFK. So obviously an agent of the Mossad at this point. If he's saying that Palestine is the most privileged people, the most pampered people on the planet, we know that that's bullshit. And he knows that we know that he knows that it's bullshit. So thank you for that, non-tribal guy. Julia M.R., thanks for tuning in. Absolutely, the COVID shot is low-hanging fruit. If he won't pull that one, what hope do we have for any other? Exactly right. We don't have much hope. I know some would say, Julia, that, well, we might not get the COVID shot pulled, but he could do some other littler things, right? Like he can take the red 40 dye out of our foods. He can get the big pharma commercials off of the TVs during a football game or whatever. So what else hope can we have? Well, baby steps, as they say. That would be the devil's advocate, the devil's advocate to this would be baby steps. But no, you're right. If you can't get the COVID shot off, what are you even doing? How could you not? Any other product that had this much damage to people, you'd pull it immediately. You don't need to vote somebody in to office and assign a head of a secretary of health and human services and get the right people in place and play your cards right and lay low and say the right thing, you would just pull the damn product. That's how shit works. You have something that kills people, hurts people, you pull the product. It's very easy. But apparently in this, and again, I agree. It's the low hanging fruit. You just can't grab it. Why can't we grab this low hanging fruit? Maybe we're all our feet are all locked down and nailed down to the floor. So even the low hanging fruit, we're not going to be able to grab it if we're locked down on the ground. You can't quite reach it when you can't jump. So there you are. Julia MR goes on. He also could discuss how the shot has killed natural immunity that is lifelong. Great point. The shot has made these diseases more common in adults when they're more dangerous. That's right. How can you do natural immunity? Natural immunity is natural because it doesn't involve chemicals being shot in your body. It's about your body getting the thing, recovering from it, building up the immunity naturally, and you never get it again. That's how shit used to be. That's how we did chicken pox that way. You didn't need a chicken pox shot. It was something that we just vaccines have gotten rid of that. You're 100% right. Why can't he talk about that? I don't know. I don't know why. I wonder why he can't talk about that. Jokers for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good discussion, critical thinking, and questions. Much appreciated. Okay, I wanted to address this one. Okay, so the girl, thank you, Julia Lilia. The girl in the paid protester TikTok posted another one saying she thought it was obvious that it was satire. We didn't see that, so I do want to correct it. If that's true, if she did post a new one, I haven't seen it. If it was satire, okay. So she was making fun, and I don't mind being needing to be corrected sometimes if I didn't know the full context of a thing we posted. I was guessing at the time when we showed the video that she was doing an honest take and just telling her friends, whatever, I made money like this. It sounds like something naturally that you would say. Now, look, we know how paid protesting works. We know that Zionists countering the protesters of the Palestinians, we know that they get paid to do that. And we've seen a paper trail with this. So in this case, with the hands-off movement, we'll just have to look a little closer, a little deeper, do a little more research on this, and we'll see if there's an actual paper trail of people getting paid. But we know that groups at the top of this thing, the ones that go on Rachel Maddow, the Indivisible group that has a ton of money, NGO money, that money is used for marketing. That money is definitely used to set these things up. And certainly organizers are getting paid to set these up. Absolutely. That's how you're able to coordinate so many of them around the entire country. And then Rachel Maddow and the rest will promote the crap out of it and say, this is the biggest day of all. And then Nancy Pelosi shows up to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and shows you that the stamp of the establishment is on this. So we'll have to look closer to see if there's actual protesters themselves being paid to show up. I don't care either way, but I did have to correct it. If that is true, if she just was doing that as a mock post, satire, okay, when we stand corrected. But we know this is not. What we know for a fact, this is not a organic protest. And we always know that because establishment figures don't show up to real protests. They're the ones being protested against. Jokers for you. One more. I do agree with Don's point here. It's important for people to understand billionaires prop up markets to exercise political power, not only to make money. 100% jokers for you. And this is the part that the mainstream media purposely leaves out of the discussion. And we talked about this. So thank you for that. And yes, Don was awesome. I recommend you guys go back and watch Don DeBar. I'm going to upload that segment soon. So if you guys are watching this on a replay, we might have the segment up already. Don's thoughtful discussion on this topic. Thank you, jokers, for that. They will even invest and pump up a market they hate in order to get people to sell, then buy it up. And then when they choose for political power, they can drop it like it's hot. Exactly, jokers. And we saw the bankers do that during the beginning of Obama years, where they kicked everyone out of their houses. The value of the properties went down to 10% of the value. The banks bought them up at that point, and then they raised back up after that. And then the people couldn't afford to buy their properties back. And then the banks own everything, and you own nothing. And as the WEF Klaus Schwab, former head of the WF, says, "You will own nothing and be happy." Okay. Oh, we do have a little more from Jokers. Okay, I didn't see this one. As Chris Hedges has analyzed lately, this is a conflict between oligarchs and corporatists, and we're caught in between, and they don't care about us at all. Interesting. A conflict between oligarchs and corporatists. I recommend we check out Chris Hedges. Thanks for the heads up on that, Jokers. For you, we'll check that out. I like that take, and I want to hear more about it from Chris Hedges. So we'll definitely check that out. Thank you so much. Pamela Drew, thanks for tuning in again. More reasons to go local, grow crops and communities, not big box sources, and all that, and that all get fat and consumer dollars. Thank you for that, Pamela. Yeah, we gotta go local, man. We gotta do that. Go natural. Very cool. Oh, St. David's, thank you. Bless up, Matt, Don, and chat. Thank you so much, St. David's. Another one from Jokers. Gary Locke, respectable person, just stated most of the things we could buy made in China are going to double in cost. Double. That's a possibility. We'll keep our eye on it. And if it does, it could be brief, it could be momentary. We don't know, but we'll keep an eye on it. I don't disagree with that. That prediction. Airways put up a tweet. You guys click on it before it's gone. Before we tune out, go to the chat if you guys want to bring it up. And see Airways shared this. Again, these go away after the live goes away. So if you're watching this live, go check it out. Yes, Leslie, disgusting person on the red carpet. Yeah, why is it the red carpet? It's so annoying because we're here in Hollywood and we just, this red carpet shit, it's so effing annoying. It's so effing annoying. Pretending all this glitz and glamour. Do you really need it with all they're called stanchions, with the red ropes. You guys know they put that on both sides and they walk down the red carpet like there's paparazzi and people wanting autographs. It's such BS. And welcome to our establishment. Come in and here's your VIP table and here's a bottle. Don't worry about the bill. Everything's on the house. That's the red carpet treatment. Disgusting. Few more here. I can't get to all of them here. Airways, standing in a circle, get Trump to bomb you. Yeah, those are the people that he called Houthis. Weren't Houthis. Even if they were, you can't just go bomb them. But these were civilians, it turns out, and he was gloating about it. And you have to stand in a circle, and Trump's gonna bomb you. Disgusting. Thank you, Airways, for that one. Longmeadow, well said, Matt. What is happening in Gaza shouldn't be described as the new normal. If we all don't speak out now, then how are we going to make the world a safe place now and for future generations? Thank you for that, Longmeadow. Airways goes on as standing in a circle, you become a Trump target. Exactly. Let's see here. We have one more from Longmeadow. Donald B. J. Biden. Yeah, exactly. Mentioning $1 trillion on military like it is no big deal. More money to kill people overseas instead of using more money to save people in America. Exactly. Here's one from you, Ed Rams. Tantrums equals USA and China. Tax this, tax that. Everyone gets taxed. Increase tariffs. Ha ha ha. Hashtag USA. Well said. Okay, Leslie, I posted those bombs with other types of flags and super triggered many people. Bombs are bombs. That's right. I remember you did that. Leslie, I remember you did that. You said the same. It was actually a better. I actually liked your meme better than the one I did because yours talked about not the different countries bombing, but America bombing from different groups supporting those bombs. So if it was Black Lives Matter and so it is, if it's the left or the former left or just the neoliberal shitlibs now, they put stickers on their bombs, right? They put the peace sign and the rainbow flag and the BLM thing. They put all that and then they send their bomb to kill people. Where the Republicans don't put any stickers, they just send the bomb. That was actually a way better meme. And I know that when you share that, I saw what happened to you. It was horrible that people would get so angry. How dare you? What are you saying? You're not for Black Lives Matter anymore. You're not for the LGBT community. So they're missing the entire point of the meme, which I guess makes sense. If you're captured, you don't even get the relevance of the memes we share because you don't even know what the humor is. Whereas you would hope you'd get the humor, maybe just disagree with it. But if your analysis is just completely off, you don't even know what you're mad at. Again, you don't know what you're protesting. You don't know what you're mad at. You don't know what you're excited about. You don't even know what you're joyful about. You don't know what you're hopeful and changing about. You don't know anything about your feelings. You're just told to have the feelings. You can't really articulate it all when you get angry about anything. You just can't do it. And it's very, very unfortunate.